Alright, let's see here. Check. Looks like we're good to go. So, alright. Hopefully today is going to be a pretty quick stream. I don't have much desire to do a lot of work today. I have a customer commission that I'm going to be working on first. We have a switch light in this box. And, let's see here. Grab my little hobby knife. I'm trying not to dox this guy. He's got his address info on the other side, so we'll just open it up backwards and get the actual blade in my hobby knife working again, because it's gone. Anyway, I was doing my thing on Reddit, contributing to console repair subreddit, and the person on this subreddit was trying to change their Joy-Cons, and in the process of changing the Joy-Cons, they managed to damage the flex connector for the game card reader. So I offered to do the repair for a much more reasonable price than an actual repair shop would charge, letting the guy know that I am indeed not a repair shop, and if he was willing to trust some random stranger from the internet to fix his expensive electronic device, I'd be more than willing to do it. Well, he was, so here we are. Now, I don't really know the state of things. I kind of always wait, since I don't know this person, to open their package on stream. There's a Hot Wheels in this. And the reason that I do that is so that am I supposed to keep this, or that's pretty cool. Nice little is it a Lamborghini or is it a Ferrari? Doesn't even say. It just looks like a Lamborghini to me, but I could be wrong. I don't know too much about cars. That's pretty cool. I don't really collect Hot Wheels, but I do appreciate that. That's very neat. Let's get to the... Yeah, he sent it to me in pieces, which is kind of what I told him not to worry about. And there's the return label, which I can just leave in there. Okay, looks like we're dealing with a gray switch light. Anyway, I told him not to bother assembling because I'm going to have to take it apart anyway. But I do kind of want to go in and do a function check. Just throw that in there for now. Just to see what's there and what's not. Okay, all the screws are loose in here, which isn't a... Ooh. Okay, that should be fine. If I have to give him a new game card reader, I will. There's 2 audio jacks in this bag for some reason. Oh, that's because there's 2 game card readers. I think he bought a new game card reader thinking the old one was broken, so... here's the switch. Yeah, Felch, man, I don't know why I keep forgetting to talk to you about that. I still have it. Just yet, we got to just work out some details, and I'll get that to you. For sure. It's the only thing there's another random screw that just popped out. I have millions of these things, so it's not a big deal. Anyway, I've just got to fire back up and run a couple of games through it and just make sure everything's fine, which it should be. But yeah, it's good to go. Okay, so there is thermal paste over everything, so let's clean that up first. There's an SD card in here. Obviously, there's no game card reader, so there's no game. So let's just go ahead and real quick grab up some of this thermal paste so I don't get it all over my hand. Oh wow, yeah, that's a pretty expensive repair there, bud. And no matter, I mean, you're good people. As if you, even if I had to wait on you getting back to me with the payment, I wouldn't mind. I'm not a very money-centric person. When I have trust in people, I will gladly let them wait until they can afford it to pay because I've been there so many times myself. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to plug this in on stream to take a look at the state of things real quick. And we're getting 0.3, 0.4 and battery symbol. So, I mean, yeah, this is all looking good. Charging okay. 89%, so I don't need that. Digitizer's fine. Let's go take a look at the inputs here. So, test controller buttons. Just obviously. Okay, that's fine. Well, he didn't mess up the daughter board cable, so that's good. Let's check the touchscreen real fast. Goes from corner to corner, top to bottom. Do the X side to side. Okay, so that's good. That's good. All the buttons are in good shape. We're gonna go and calibrate the control sticks real quick. Okay, he was saying something about needing new Joy-Cons, but these are fine. I'm not gonna give him new Joy-Cons. I think he was not too convinced of their quality. Oh, this one, that's a little off, but hold on. If we recalibrate this real quick. And just do a quick little calibration. I think that's all he really needed with these. I'm gonna forego the sticks. I don't think the sticks I'm gonna give him would be any better than these. So there's really no reason to charge him for work on this if it's okay. Oh, the last thing I did have to check real quick is we're gonna. Okay. Whoa. That's very weird. Well, it does appear that the SD card's fine. Just gonna drop that in with the case real fast. And let's get to working on this now. I'm gonna take a quick peek under the microscope to the game card reader here. I think he took pictures of it and I saw some broken pins on it. So let's just go take a look at that real fast. Okay, let's see here. Do we have you zoomed in? We don't. Okay. Okay, so we need some extra light going on in here. Definitely need some focus. So in very, very, very exciting news for me, I have purchased a very rare console. I spent an eye-watering amount of money on it for me. But if for some hopeful reason I can get it fixed, which I'm just praying to God it is just the capacitors, then yeah, right there. So you can see that's those two pins right there in the middle are gone. And then if we look around the board real quick, we can see a little bit of maybe some scratching. Some scratching around that pin. That's a little weird, but not a huge deal. But that's what we got to replace. That should be the only thing that this needs. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just grab a donor board here real quick, which I've got. I won't be needing my Joy-Cons. I don't enjoy charging people for things they absolutely do not need to be charged for. So let's see if we can't find this board is got a part removed from it. I always try to work through my donors in order of who's got the most parts removed, which I think would be that guy. Do we have a game card reader for you? We do not. Interesting. So, okay, so that's no good. Okay, now this guy's another one I know is pretty beat up. That game card reader is singed, so I'm not going to use it. Nothing pulled. Nothing pulled, and nothing pulled. So that just leaves this one with the MBQ gun. That's good. That is a good port, so we'll just grab that and just call it a day. I should probably actually put some of these in order from China. But to be quite honest, it is actually one of the few connectors on the board that doesn't get damaged very often, and it's just due to the nature of the actual ribbon cable that plugs into it. It's generally one of the easier ones to get in and out. But with any of these connectors on the board, the actual pins are so fragile. Excuse me. The actual pins are so fragile that you really just have to not be paying attention for just a second. So the only shitty thing about this is that right underneath the sumbitch is the security chip. So we just got to be a little careful. And we can't bump into it at all with the hot air gun because it is a BGA chip. So, all right, that looks good to me. Lift that latch up, and we're gonna take off seizure mode here real quick. Grab you. Now I've got to go find. I don't know what happened to my curved tweezers, unfortunately. So I was supposed to stream yesterday, and what I was going to be doing yesterday was my TurboGrafx 16, or Turbo Express, I should say, because I was waiting on a new audio amplifier because we had determined, or we firmly believe now, that the amp is dead. So I put a couple on order, and wouldn't you know, they were supposed to show up yesterday, and guess what didn't show up yesterday? Made it to the post office and everything, and then just, yeah. So I'm probably going to install that chip off stream just because I really want to get this thing buttoned up and off the ground. This is not... No. Huh. Okay, so let's make my life a little easier here, I guess. Do a little bit of flux. Even though I was kind of trying to avoid this, just because I don't like getting connectors too fluxy. That kind of does help me let me know when things are getting nice and warm. We'll just have to try again. I wonder if I should use a broader tip, but that did not. I mean, I'm going through a pretty thick BGA chip. See how that flux is just really not wanting to boil. I was honestly afraid of this because wow. Huh. I've actually not had this much issue with this chip with this connector before. I've done this repair a bunch, but, well, a bunch. It just does not want to loosen up. Now, I might have to come in here, I guess, with some, maybe with some unleaded or leaded. You know? Try that again. We'll do one more time and then I'll come in here with some leaded solder and do it that way. I try not to simply because I might have to, maybe I'll just use a broader tip on this too. It is a pretty narrow tip. Normally this thing just Dude, it does not want to go. I don't know what to say. Holy crap. I have... Wow. Just wow. So either this chip on the other side is so thick it's not letting heat through. Just is not wanting to heat from the bottom side at all. I mean, the board's getting scorchingly hot, so I know that the temp is right. I guess we'll just try with some leaded solder and see where that gets us. Because I'm kind of clueless, to be quite honest. I've had not as much problems with this in the past. It just pops right off like any other connector. So let's just get some solder going on in there. I'm just trying not to ruin things because plastic is a pain in the ass to work with, but let's just get some better focus. Okay, let's swap my tip up to this guy. It's a little frustrating, but no biggie, honestly. Just gonna do the old tap-taparoo here and don't need to really make it right, just needs to kind of help it wet. Now, actually, it's a little easier in the back here. I still had enough, but fine. Already got this thing way more fluxed up than I wanted it to be. Okay, let's just tap on a little bit of fresh solder in the back here. Okay. Let's see if maybe that'll help. Just get some fresh leaded solder on the board. And then I'm going to use try to use a bigger air tip here. I'm going to go too crazy, but that should do it, I think. Okay. focus. Alright, so you can see the crappy soldering job I did just to get some lead on the board. Hopefully well, that tip got kind of bent somehow. That's weird. I'll pull it out a little bit too. I think maybe that might have something to do with it. Okay, so boy, those ground pads were a son of a bitch, but we got her off. Now let's just take a look at the other side real quick, and so we can see that did not break all that, even though this is the donor, so it doesn't really matter in that aspect, but just want to verify this is going according to plan. Okay. So take our donor board here and just shove you off to the side. And then we're going to have to essentially extract his from his case and do the same thing. Now I wanted to look at this real quick. All right. All right, just make sure that nothing bent or ripped out. Looks good there. Might have a minor bridge on the end, but I don't care. I could fix that with an iron. But as you can see, we have all of the pins in a row, so we'll just set you off to the side here. I'm going to hit the bathroom real fast. Be right back. All right, so let's just get this guy's board out here and go from there. So I was saying before that I have that ultra rear console. I don't remember if I mentioned exactly what it was. But it is a PC Engine LT. It was a console that was only made for a year, only released in Japan, and had a very very small production number. So with all that being said, it is very, very expensive. Broken, non-functional, without looking at it, coming from Japan. Spent $1,300 on the one that's coming. And to say that I am nervous is an understatement, because I have never worked in something that expensive or this rare. Because if I screw something up here, there is no coming back from it, or hardly any coming back from it, depending on what I do. Because simply put, there is nothing for me to use as replacements. There is no. I mean, the added grace is that if something like a video chip or CPU or something is dead, I can actually harvest those parts from an actual Japanese PC engine and replace them. So there's that. So that in that aspect, it's not a total loss if something major dies on it, but if there's irreparable board damage or the screen is completely dead, I'm screwed. Simply put, I am just screwed, because there is, I mean, that's a dot matrix display, so they don't make them anymore. And I took a look around, and I don't think it was used in anything else at the time, so it's like I can't even go find a cheaper device and harvest the screen off that. Some people have done the LCD mod to it, where they throw in the LCD drive board like I'm doing with the Turbo Express right now. But given the rarity of this console, I actually was, my hope here with it was to keep it bone stock. And the reason I want to keep it bone stock is because it's worth so much. If I get this thing working, you know, I'm looking at like something that's worth $2,500 to $3,000. And yeah, when you mod stuff, you definitely reduce the value of it. So I think we're going to do the same thing on his board here. Looking at things on the board, I guess it's just brass. It looked like a little rusted there, but rear side of the board is fine. I don't see any corrosion or anything suspect. Looks like he had a pretty good clean console here, and then besides the and I've got to wash this off. Guess besides the broken connector, is that water damage right there, or is that just thermal paste? That might just be thermal paste. So a little white markage on the board right here. That's why we do it this way. Okay. Oop. Trap the mat in there, but that's fine. I'm trying to keep this off the mat for now. I've got to wipe my mat down with some isopropyl. Now, maybe we just give her a go real quick and just see if I can't get it to go without having to flood with solder. The less work I gotta do, the better. That's always my motto, to be quite honest. I love soldering. I love working on things. But it is my experience that the less you have to do something to get a fix, A, the more profit you make, and B, the higher your success rate's going to be. The more you got to touch something. Every time you touch something, you introduce risk to your repair. And as much as I love using my equipment, I actually like having working things more. So, there's that. Alright. We're gonna start with a little preheat up top because this connector's dead, so if it singes or whatever, it's not a huge deal. I was hoping to maybe start at the top real quick. Let's get things warmed up there. Look at that. That's kind of what I was expecting the first one to go like. And it fought me every step of the way. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some more flux to this. Just a touch. Get this off the edge real fast. And I'm probably going to be better off with a slightly bigger tip. Make sure to not put my damn hand on a move that out the way so I don't burn my hand like I did last time. Alright, now I'm going to grab our wick here. Let's do this too. Let's see a little bit better without that damn light. Just a nice little cleanup. Trying to avoid those passes. We'll flip the board now just to get a better angle on them. Here, okay, just those last couple in the ground pad. Okay, don't want to go too crazy, so let's just clean up some of this burnt flux real fast. Okay. good. Hit that with some warm air to dry up all the alcohol. Obviously, when we're all said and done with this, we're gonna give it a real good scrub, so we're not. Yeah, no. See, man, I've been having to leave this over some paper towels because I cannot get this thing to stop leaking flux. I'm never buying this crap again, or I'm never buying this particular tube again. Mr. Rossman might be a very talented repair tech businessman and lobbyist now, but this product has been so fucking annoying and not enjoyable to use. Although, to be fair, it does work very well. I'll give them that. I mean, it's Hamtech Flux, so it fluxes and does its job like it's supposed to, but... Alright, so basically we're just going to try to... Let's get a little bit of... fresh leaded solder going on here. Okay. Looking good. I don't think that was a passive. I hope it wasn't a passive. I mean, I can replace it if it was, but... Nope, that's just a test bed. Perfect. Even better. Oh, well, yeah, I guess you guys should see the work that I just did. I just tinned those up. So now we're going to put the connector on top, flow it down, and then we're probably going to have to go in and individually solder a bunch of legs, but I'm okay with that. Simply just because I'm trying to reduce the amount of strain that I'm putting on that security chip underneath. Though all said and done, if I royally fuck this up, I've got plenty of spare working motherboards I can just swap him for. But let's just try to get him back his equipment, you know? I think that's kind of really what everybody wants. And end of the day, oh, you know, I'm doing this and I'm going to have to jostle the crap out of it. So let's just jostle the crap out of it now. Move the camera so I can see. Okay. And then we'll get you nice and lined up here. Hopefully just soldered on in one fell swoop. This is going to be a fun one. So I think I'm off just a lick, quarter of a millimeter to the left here. Okay. That should be sort of good. That's not what I wanted to do. I mean, end of the day, we're kind of hoping for surface tension to suck everything in, but I like to be as lined up as possible, simply because I think it's off. There we go. Okay. Sometimes it's good to double fist this type of connector. I actually can't tell. It's a little canted, but let me just zoom in real fast here. It's off by like a tiny fraction at the end there, but not enough for me to really worry about. But I think it needs to come back towards me some. No. Fudge. Okay, well, maybe I don't really need a board holder. Carrying weight will be fine. Okay, let's do it that way. I don't really need a board holder for this particular job. Okay. Alright, get you focused real quick. Turn that off. I think we're good. I still think it needs to come back some though. Like just a touch. Which is I know I'm gonna regret this decision, but like we just need to zoom out just a little bit too so I can see the whole thing. Okay. Like that. Like see how that's kind of how it's feeling like it's supposed to be. Like those back pins are, you should barely see the pads in the back. I think we're good there. Looks good in the back too. All right, let's give her a go. Would help if I actually put the air to 420, but we've got a good 115 degree pre-warm now. Just kind of moving slowly back and forth, trying to heat up even. Waiting for that whole thing just to settle on in. Okay. Everything is solid now. Went on easy peasy like. Just gonna give it another couple of seconds to make sure everything's solid on it before I start flipping it around. Then we're going to have to go through each of those legs, give them a quick solid test. Well, we're going to clean up first, but just while everything's nice and warm. Okay, let's get you back into place here. Now, I'm going to flip the board over real quick, and as we can see, or maybe see, that chip's there, all those passes are there. I know it's a little blurry, but yeah, perfect. Nothing missing. All of my RAM passes are good. And then we're going to find the connector again. It is this way. Oh, I'm going to just see these little tiny bits of metal over the thing. No, it's making me nervous, but we'll wash the whole thing in some alcohol, I guess. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and just, if I can find what I do with my toothbrush, we will clean it. Kind of a little bit discombobulated today because I was fully planning on working on that Turbo Express the other day, and it did not happen. Oh, there it is. So I kind of left my workbench a mess. Anyways, aside from that PC Engine LT that I got coming in, I have a PC Engine GT coming in, which is basically the Japanese version of the Turbo Express, or, you know, as we could probably say, the Turbo Express is the American version of the PC Engine GT. Either or. The ends of that latch looked a little suspect, but I shouldn't have done it. I feel like I shouldn't have done it, but I'm doing it anyway because it was a really gorgeous specimen, and I bought it with the intent of reselling that one, but I might hold on to it. I don't know. Problem with the GTs is they are region locked in a sense, in that you can't play the American games on that system without doing a hardware mod or buying a flash cart. But my thought there was I was going to buy it. It's so gorgeous and in such great shape. If I can get it running stock, it would just be a collector's item. And that way people, when they bought it, would know that, hey, you know, it works, but I'm not doing a region mod on it, so you can't play your TurboGrafx games on it easily. There is some old school cartridge adapters, because the way they did region locking on the TurboGrafx was pretty easy to defeat. And they just basically switched 2 data address lines in the cart readers, and voila, you can no longer play Japanese cards on an American system and vice versa, but it's pretty easy to reverse that. And a long time ago, like 12 years ago, somebody out there had a switchless mod for the handhelds, but I guess he's no longer producing them, and the website's been long defunct, so I'm kind of screwed. Alright, so let's go ahead and verify my work. Let's get this into... I mean, it looks good. But looks are very deceiving. Anybody who's following my channel knows how much trouble I was having with the other connector. And I thought I had these soldered, and I really didn't. But that looks good. I might end up trying it with see, I was just off by just a tiny bit back here, but it's not a huge deal as long as it's solid. So that 4th from the right. Okay, that one's not good. So some of these back pins didn't settle right. So maybe we just float again. I think that's what we do. We float one more time. And check again. That's a problem with these back pins. Might get lucky and have things settle a little bit better too, but it's not too bad. A little bit more flux than I needed, but that should kind of even out, I think. Okay, let's... Okay. Maybe. So the hope here is that, you know, because A, it's a donor pull and whatnot, I'm just trying to get the existing solder to bond with the pad. It might end up that I just need to go in and manually tap things anyway, which is fine, but I prefer it this way simply because you don't risk damaging the connector. Which is a very distinct possibility when you do the manual soldering route. I mean, either way works, and I can do it just fine. It's not too difficult as long as you just kind of take your time and pay attention. I don't want to reflow this area too much because it's so close to the RAM. You know, I don't want to risk floating the RAM chips. Which is actually a problem on the original full-size switches. If you weren't careful when you were replacing the USB port, you could potentially float the RAM. Just doing a port swap, you know, very, very basic repair. But, you know, I mean, that's the problem with these compact designs is that, unfortunately, everything is packed so close together that it's just a problem that you have to deal with, I guess. All right, so let's try again. It looks a little better. I'm still seeing a couple that look sus. But I was saying, I think it was the fourth from the left we said before. Yeah, that's still loose. Yeah, they're all loose. Alright, so we're just going to go through and do the old manual solder bit here. I don't want to keep heating this board up and back again because it's not. Just I think the issue is that it just doesn't have enough solder on the pads back there. Or didn't really make good enough contact or something. Okay, so we're gonna zoom in just a bit here. And then I'm gonna stick back with some more flux. Hopefully that should just go ahead and spread that just on these pads real quick, just to make sure that everything's got a good coating of flux. And we're going to just one by one come through and just tap one by one. Those two are okay. I want to get some more solder on this. Try that. Okay, again. Now, question is, are those end pins moving or not? These two capacitors are going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. That seems good. That seems good. Seems good. Okay, clean and inspect again. That went pretty well. I always like to open and close the latch a couple of times and maybe squeeze out a little bit of the flux in there if there's any left. Okay. We'll have to, okay. And I could reflow that as well, which I might end up doing. It's a little blobby, but it's kind of what I was going for because there just didn't seem like there's enough solder on the pad, so that looks to be pretty good. I don't think any of those are moving. Nope. Okay, so one still needs a little bit of work. So it was this one, right? So connected to that second test pad right there. No problem. More flux, more solder, and we go again. That's all we can do, really. It's just battle of attrition. Just keep going until they're all good. Just so I can see what I'm doing, I'm just going to burn out some of that flux right there. We said it was the one that was attached to that second test pad. Okay, got a little solder on the tip. So we're going to just one more time to be sure. No bridging. That does look a lot better now. And then if we just flip up, maybe I can. Okay, and then Solid. We should be good. I think after a clean, I'm good to reinstall and then check his game card readers. End of the day, both of his game card readers are dead. I've got plenty of spares I can give him. But let us just clean this flux off as best we can here. Fresh cotton swab. Just trying to make sure anything that kind of alright, I'm gonna keep cleaning, but yeah. Normally I would just hit this with just a little bit more heat to get those solder joints looking a little less peaky, but because again of the sensitive components in the area, I'm going to opt to do less work. It's not going to affect anything. Nothing is bridged. Nothing is shorting. It's a little hit to my pride, but okay, that should be hopefully well defluxified. Okay, looking good, honestly. Okay, yeah, looking good. Okay, we're gonna just quick scrub the rear of the board here, just in case. A quick little clean. Okay. All right, that went pretty well. Just hitting the board with some warm air to get rid of all the residual IPA. I always do this even though technically IPA is non-conductive. To me, this is just a security policy, and plus maybe there's any type of metal that may have crept on the board will get blown off too. So I wiped it down with some paper cloth to really make sure there's nothing on there, but I'm just doubly and triply checking. Okay, it should be good. You know what's weird is that I can't tell if this... It might have suffered from some slight water damage on this one, but I'm not too sure. Okay, so now we begin the assembly process. And like I said, I felt like his Joy-Cons were fine. So I am going to opt to leave them be and save him $5, which is what I charge for Joy-Cons. Okay, and then we're just gonna do a quick little secure down. I just want to verify game card reader functionality, so Right now I just kind of need the board held in place. And we are going to go through, get you shoot. What happened to my tweezers? Why do I like literally put something down there? Okay, I was like, I always put things down and then lose them in a heartbeat. So there is a dent on his LCD cable here, which I guess was from him installing it. But since the LCD worked, it is a non-issue. The digitizer was also fine. Just what we're plugging in right now. Okay. So we got that going. And then we just need to go into his bag of tricks here. I'm going to grab the one with the audio card attached. If I'm correct, it is the new one. Now, just double, ooh, well, this one looks kind of beat up. I don't know if I want to use this one. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. So we're going to take a look at this under the microscope. I'm going to go with probably the other one because of this, but, you know, no, they're fine. No, they're not fine. I'm curious. No, that does not look like it's going to function. So we got this in multi-continuity mode. So what I'm looking at here is you can see like there's this tiny little break between that top pad and the bottom pad. So I don't think this is working. So if I put this here, beeps if I make a contact. See? Broken. This guy? Broken. That guy's fine. This guy? Broken. This guy? What the hell? That's maybe I wasn't pressing down hard enough. Hold on a minute. Before I write this off, let's retest one more time. But this does not look like. Yeah, that's not working. No, that's fine. That's not. This game card reader is dead. So we will go with the other one. And if this one is dead, then we will go with one of mine. Let's take a look at its connectors. Okay, so now we can see in this one. Yeah, see how everything is like connected? And there's that one at the end is not looking good. But I think we're still good. There's a little audio board I gotta plug back in. So, yeah, I'm not convinced that other one is usable. But I did want to make sure that all looks good to me. I don't really see any problems here. See? It's really tough on these. I don't know. We're just going to go with this one. I like the way this cable looks more. And on the switch lights, there's no... Shit. It's not tied to the game card reader like the full switches are, because they have two different types of digitizers, I believe. Okay, let's get that closed. We'll have to verify audio. But that looks good to go. Oh, I guess I did that off camera, but I just reattached this little audio card. It has a very small FPC connector on it. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to exemplify here. So this connector, because this cable is so short and stiff, like it just should just slot right in. See, just like that. Boom. So it's why I kind of say it's like one of the easier connectors on the board. I'm gonna do this to make sure I don't ruin the game card reader. Okay, that's good. Oh, now we get to do my favorite FPC connector. Can't really tell the sarcasm in my voice. This is the worst FPC connector in the world. I fucking hate this thing. Oh, that went in beautifully though. Alright, let's hope I don't have to pull this out. Okay, so now hopefully when I plug this in, nothing explodes. And we have a non-functional system. Okay. Well, I broke something. Oh, Lord. That's what I was afraid of. What the hell happened? Dude, I just changed the connector. Why? What the fuck? What did I do? Alright, we're gonna get the game card reader out real quick. Okay, screen's in, that's in. Went to 0.21, which means... Oh boy, this is not good. This is not good. Alright, well, without the... Oh, she is dead. Did I forget something? Nothing shorted. Oh Lord, this is not good. What the heck happened? Okay. What's wrong? Why? What did I do? Okay. I'm not even getting like a fast charge. It's just... Oh, Lord. God dang it. This is what I was afraid of. Alright, let's pull this board out and see what happens. Just looking at the other side. I am okay. Well, now I'm officially freaking out. Okay, so I'm gonna grab. Pretty sure I had a light battery over here somewhere. This guy right here. Just literally covered in freaking flux. Okay, I'm officially worried as shit right now because it went from working to non, and all I did was change the damn connector. What the heck? Just want to stop myself from getting flux all over my hand. Alright, so we're getting 15 volts though, right? Let's do a quick plug-in with no battery. 15 volts. 0 amps. Other side. 10.5. Plug you in. I'm not getting the boot. This is really not good. I don't know what the heck could have happened. I'm gonna go check my work on that connector again, but I thought I had a more actual full light battery. Let's see if I can't find that one real fast. Okay. Now this one is a tester battery, and I'm pretty sure it had a good charge in it. Nope. That one's telling me it's dead. Unless it's the cable. And that one's saying it's just dead. This one the same thing. I'm gonna 0.15. Okay, so these aren't charged right. I have to come back and touch them up at some point. Of course you would do this to me. Can't ever have anything ever go easy. It should have been easy. It should have been easy. Just wonder if maybe I installed something funky with the ribbon cable, or all right, now it's booted. Okay, thank God. Okay. Maybe I crisscrossed applesauce something in the LCD connector? Okay, let's take a look at that before I plug it back in again. That booted again, so thank God. But still, like, what the heck happened? Man, I hope he didn't screw up this LCD connector. Because I'd hate to have to charge him more, but I'm going to have to charge him more if I have to replace this thing. No, it's looking good. That's looking good. Okay. Okay. So I guess we can maybe... Let's do a quick... I'm going to do a quick test again. Here, I didn't flip that over. I looked over at those LCD pins and they were fine. Wi-Fi antenna kitchen. Okay, we got that going. So we're gonna try this one more time, I guess. That went just fine. So I'm gonna, with the LCD and the digitizer hooked up, I'm gonna verify boot one more time. Man, my heart does not need this shit. I do not need to break this guy's fucking board. I don't know why it didn't want to boot. Like, it'd be one thing if I was like working on, like, you know, M92 or BQ or something part of the first stage boot process that would stop it from booting, but I wasn't. The only thing that really worried me was maybe I dislodged that security chip or something. But okay, so we got the LCD and the digitizer plugged in. Now we're gonna go and just do a quick, because we're not gonna see any. See, I plugged them in and it goes to 0.22 and doesn't start. Flip the cable the other way. 0.21 and it doesn't start. It's the LCD? Or is it something in the case? Okay. I'm a little confused now, so we're gonna pull the LCD out. I'm gonna try this again. I got it to boot, so I know it's bootable. Something in the case, maybe? See, now it's not booting again. But if I take it out, it's fine. Digitizer, maybe? Okay, pull the digitizer now. Unless it's like something in the case that's stopping it from booting. Honestly, never had an issue with the digitizer before, but that could be it. Alright. Okay. So now we've got no digitizer, no LCD. And it's the same thing. It's dead when I put it in the case, but when I take it out of the case, it's fine. This makes no sense to me because there's literally nothing plugged into it. I just got it to boot. Okay, and then I tried. Now, if I do it. 15 volts that way. Alright, so we're going to keep it. Yeah. Oh, it didn't boot. Yeah, it is stuck. Oh shit. I broke this guy's board somehow. Alright, well, let's just fucking take a look. I don't know what I could have done wrong here. Just look around, make sure I've got no obvious shorts or anything. I don't. Now, the only other thing I could look at would be this guy back here. Which looks completely fine. Try to take a look at the balls to make sure like nothing like squished out or anything, but see, like, look. Completely uniform. Nothing merged. All looks fine to me. Oh, what the hell? Double Checking the audio chip, make sure I didn't like nudge something or bro. I'm gonna have to send this guy a new board. I don't know why 77620 would be broken, but that's all fine too. And then we'll take a look at the fuel gauge, which is on this side, which is the other really big culprit. But once again, that's fine. And M92 and BQ are absolutely fine with no work done on them. She is just dead. Just double check this back here, make sure I didn't bridge anything, but so I did get a couple of test pads soldered up, but no, that's looking fine. I'm not really seeing any signs of a short. It boots. That just booted. That literally just booted. All right, logo up. So we're gonna verify this again. All right, so pay attention to the meter. Let's try this one more time. $25 boots. Okay. Okay. What the heck? Did I have something like... Okay, we're doing this again with this battery now. Okay. Logo up. But now it won't boot. Is the battery toast? What the heck is going on? That battery was 88%, like it should be fine. Plug this one in now. I'll go up. And it boots. So what we're gonna do is we're going to You plug back in. There's no... What the heck is going on? That's the weirdest effing thing. Worked just fine with my test battery, but... Okay, so we got the screen and all that plugged in now. And now we're going to grab my test battery again. Figure out what I did with it. Okay, test battery one more time. Test battery in. Nothing else shorted, logo up. We won't see anything because the... And now it's... Oh. Battery came unplugged. It's a little bit of a janky testing setup here, but we're just paying attention to that meter. But now it won't boot. What is going on? Did I bend a pin on that? I looked in that LCD connector and it was fine. Oh wait, what? Is it? That won't matter. It's like the moment I plug the LCD and stuff in, it just dies. Refuses to... I'm gonna try one more time here. Oh, this is so frustrating because the board's fine. I just can't get it to... I think it's the LCD. This is so weird. I might try another LCD. Because this is just fucking weird, man. Alright, so... If I pull... that out again... and do this test one more time. Just keep trying to figure this out. Yeah, it's the LCD. It's booting. The moment I plug that LCD in, though, it does not want to boot. Okay. So let's take a look at the LCD. We're going to try one more time. We're just going to verify that. I mean, that seemed like a good enough test to me. And then the other thing I could try is with his battery too. So we had the boot. Now we're plugging the LCD back in. Okay, now it's booting. Please. Boots. Oh, thank God. Okay. So now we gotta try with his battery. Guess I must have Must have not liked how I had that plugged in. I didn't shove it all the way in this time. I just left it out. All right, 0.2, 0.21, 0.41. Come on, drop. Yes. Yes. Okay, we're good. Whew. Woo, boy. Fuck you. Okay, so now I'm going to keep going and adding in. I'm going to put this guy in. This is the right reader, right? Yeah, because the other ones, this was the good one. This was the good one. Okay. Okay, then we do game card reader. Make sure it still boots with the game card reader. 0.21, 0.22, 0.4. Should reset. We're good to go. There's that fucking LCD connector. God dang, man. I swear. These FPC connectors are just the worst thing ever. Okay. Get that plugged in. And we're gonna do that. Alright. Oh, wait, that's right. We're gonna do one thing here. Grab me. Screw. Screw this guy in. Should all be hooked up now. Just gonna screw him down as well. Okay, so hopefully when I plug this in, please pray for me. 0.22, 0.21, 0.41 battery symbol. Oh my god. Oh, why? Why do you gotta make my fucking heart hurt, Nintendo? You still got sound, touch still works. Let me get rid of some of this freaking flux that made it on my game card reader. Alright, so I guess now really this is the ultimate test. Is the one thing I couldn't test before was game card functionality because his game card reader was not working. So let's try. Here we go, guys. Nothing. Huh. Alright, well his game card reader still doesn't work. Now that does make me question one thing here. Okay, that's all good. Could try a couple more game card readers as well. I don't think that's the issue though. Alright, we still have sound. I'm curious though if I plug in external sound. That picked up on it. And headphone, yeah, it's okay. So You still have a board level issue, it looks like. And I've got some extra game card readers we can try. So, trying to think. We're gonna try one more time here. Let's get this unplugged so I don't ruin this USB port. It's got 92% battery anyhow. We'll just try a couple of games, but could be the game card reader. It'd help if I put the game in right, but I know it's not. Okay. Only thing I can do is just really just go over my work. I don't think it's the, it won't be the game, but we'll try another game just to be sure. Then I'll pop another game card reader in. Yeah, it's just not. Not picking up on that. So, okay. Well, that was always a possibility. And, you know, the good thing is I didn't ruin his system. Like, I was fully expecting having to send this guy a replacement board, but that, thankfully, is not the case. Now, I guess, you know, for now, we're gonna maybe just stick these in here. Kind of avoid losing more. Could be the game card reader. Could be that I didn't install it correctly as well. I'm gonna take a look at it under the microscope because it is a little funky feeling right now. It could be flux in the connector. That's very possible. But I will say that it did pick up on the audio, so I'm gonna have to go. I'm assuming it's a little fluxy in there, but nothing crazy. And of course I can always just let's turn this off for now. Alright, let's find this connector, which is right here. Might actually be the light back on, never mind. Now, I mean, I guess I could have been wrong, and maybe I have some loose pins, but let's just zoom in. And just do some, get back to ground plane. So we're gonna just start doing some basic continuity testing here real fast. Poke around this connector, take a look inside of it. Might just go ahead and try another game card reader just to try. I'm thinking these are all ground. First two are ground. Okay, so all the 1, 2, and 4 are ground. I'm really, really, really confident the front of this is soldered good. I don't think that would cause an issue, but case this is a problem of having frickin' pets everywhere. Or actually, I can't tell if that's pet or cotton. Could be both. I mean, that's just a ground plane. It doesn't matter anyway. I don't know why that's exposed the way it is, but it could have been when he was doing his work. Solid. That's a ground anyway. Okay. I mean, these look, no offense, these look pretty effing good here. I have been wrong in the past. But these look, they're not moving like the other ones were. Yeah, those all look connected to me. So like, here, basically, we can test this. Each of those pads, I do believe, so like this top one here should be ground. So if I just touch it to a ground, okay, so they're the small ones are the front ones and the large ones are the back ones. That doesn't make any sense. This top one right here should be a ground. It is, okay. So the top ones are the, I mean, it could just be flux. It is still looking kind of fluxy in there. It might just be flux causing a bad connection. So we're gonna just go ahead and test a couple real quick. So like, yeah, so I don't know. And now I'll take a look at the game card reader again. This was looking a little sus, but nothing crazy. I mean, I should be able to test this out pretty easy. Now that one's looking a little funky. What about the other one? Now the other one, maybe this was the good one. Is this the good one? Oh, this was the good one. So this is the bad one. Now this one has flux on it. See all that? Very, very, very possible that what we've got going on here is just some flux on the inside of that connector. So what we're gonna do is go in and out, so to speak. So you can see how easy that slides in. There's no, if I pull you out, we still have more gunk, a little bit. Alright. So we'll just do a little bit more of this in and out, in and out. Gotta be a little gentle here because we don't want to. Okay. Get a fresh cotton swab here. Okay. Push you in one last time. Looks good. Pull you out. Take a look. Don't really see any flux this time, so That felt like it fit better. Okay. No, the one cool thing you could do potentially, well, it'll be kind of a pain in the ass actually, never mind. See, like this is just looking super fluxy up top for some reason. You know, I'm gonna keep on maybe cleaning here. This is why using a lot of flux around these connectors kind of sucks, because if they do get inside, it is a little bit of a pain in the ass to get out. Okay, so just do another open and close. Looks good. Looks nice and good there. Okay. We shall try one more time maybe, and then I'll try one of my own if I have to. Just want to secure this game card reader down so I don't rip anything when I test it out. Really, Loki? Okay, just deciding if she wants to sit on a very particular piece of bubble wrap right now. Okay. Good there. Gonna do this guy one more time. Good. That good. And since I didn't muck with the LCD again, we should be okay. Okay. But we're gonna power on with this anyway. We'll go up. 0.21, 0.4 battery symbol. Alright, come on. Please be flux. Please be flux. No. It is not flux. Oh. The game card could not be read. Well, that's better than before. One more time. That's interesting. All right, let's do a little pressure on the reader. Very interesting. Okay, well, all right, we're gonna try with a different game card. See, this, I'm expecting, feeling the game card's not warm, so I don't think it's shorting out or anything. Okay, we'll try one more here. It's gonna be the same thing, isn't it? Game card could not be read. Please remove and reinsert it. Putting a lot of pressure on that, and it's going to tell me the same thing, isn't it? Game card could not be read. Okay, so I'm going to go grab a game card reader. I don't think that's the issue. I think he has a board level issue somewhere. We're going to look at the back one more time here of the game card reader. Just trying to unplug the battery. Oh, you know what? Let's pull this out. I don't like unplugging that daughter ribbon cable a lot because it stresses that connector out, but pull the game card out real fast. So, shit, I don't know what this could really be. We'll take another look at these legs again, but I am pretty happy with my soldering work here. Alright, so we're just going to start doing some basic continuity testing, just as best we can. So we are kind of lucky. Right, so we've got, so like this guy should be connected here. Continuity mode so I can hear him beep. Just want to do some basic path testing. So that's connected there, right? All the way through. Now this guy should be there. So this guy should go all the way through. This guy is there all the way through. It's 1, 2, and 3. So 4. Is that ground? So 4 is a ground, I think, and then 5. Is this to a big pin or a small pin? So, and that's not a ground. Okay. Let's see here. Just trying to get a little bit better of an image. That doesn't really help. But that did go all the way through. Now this guy down here, right, he should connect to this guy. It should connect all the way up to here. Okay. And now this guy. That's going through. Is that a ground? Not a ground. Do I have a... But it is going through. So it's basically like... Okay, I mean, I've got connection all... So my work on the connector is fine. It's all audio chip related right there. I guess I could check the rear of the board at some point and make sure the game card cannot be read. Well, I mean, you know, we could, I guess try one of mine and see if that might do it. I don't think that's the answer. We'll try another one anyway. This one is really clean. And, because I think he said he bought one of these is new. So, I'm not sure. But I'm not convinced it's the game card reader. I think it's a board level issue. Either that or I still have flux in the container somehow, but looking at the connector, it's a little fluxy. Not much though. And I could just keep cleaning it, I guess. Alright, so that's yours. And this is the bad one. I'm gonna do that, but so this guy's got nothing on it, right? And I'm gonna take a look under the microscope real quick. Absolutely perfect on this one. This thing is pristine. Connector is still feeling a little fluxy. Might be it. Really might just be a flux issue. And I'm just gonna have to sit here and boil it out or something. Which, you know, honestly, I'll take. Oh, Felch, thanks for the kind words. We're not out of the woods yet, so we got this thing working again, but the initial issue that this guy sent this in for was he couldn't get game cards, and I gotta go back and read his message. Or his post. So I can't remember if he had this issue before he did this work or after. I'm just not too sure. Okay. We're still booting, so that's always a good sign. Okay, now for the moment of truth here. I like Mario Kart because it's quicker. Yes! It works! Okay, well, we're going to have to charge him for a game card reader. We are going to have to charge him for a game card reader. I don't know what's up with that other one. It is just not working. This is. So I'm going to leave it in there. And I'll work out a price with him. Okay. Okay. Wow. And we're going to try one more game. Even though I'm really confident in this. Yep. You're fine. Let's go. So we're going to power you down. Hook the Wi-Fi and everything up. Do a Wi-Fi test. Even though he really didn't send this in for Wi-Fi stuff. But we got to test it anyway. Make sure that break everything. Oh, God. Oh, fuck yes. What a relief, man. This is why I don't like working on customer shit. Because if I break my own stuff, it's one thing. I feel absolutely horrible if I break someone else's stuff. But in this case, we figured it all out. Still a little confused about that LCD problem that we were having, though. That one still doesn't make too much sense to me. It should have worked regardless, but I wonder if maybe he just was causing a oh, he'll be fine. Shorten the connector somehow. Not too sure about that, to be quite honest. Okay. Oh man, I kind of needed that. I really wanted to get this fixed for this guy. He's such a nice guy. Absolutely nice guy. Completely trusted me with this stuff. Which is like, you know, I'm just some random dude on Reddit that he just sent like $100 and, you know, or technically brand new $200 device to, in the hopes that I would be able to fix it for him. And, you know, right off the bat, told me, I was like, well, I'm going to stream it for you so you make sure I'm not ripping you off, and, you know, everybody can be on the same page that your device came to me in a specific way, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I trust you. Which I really appreciate. I really appreciate that. I do consider myself, or I like to consider myself, a pretty trustworthy person, but, you know, again, I'm just some random dude on fucking Reddit that he sent his shit to. So, there's that. Okay. Yeah, now. So we're going to do our usual rigmarole here, which is I'm going to button it up most of the way, and then we're going to get back in, retest, make sure all the bits and bobs are cooperating with me here. Okay. Wow, so I'm really not sure what's up with that game card reader, but both, I didn't try the other one, but the other one was not looking in good shape. And that's probably due to the bent pins wearing everything out on them. But yeah. This one felt good. This one felt really good. Really, really, really good. Now we just gotta go do our final verifications. Let's connect to Wi-Fi. That's the one thing I didn't verify. Unfortunately, I did not verify that before the test, but this was not sent to me with anything resembling a Wi-Fi issue, so hopefully that's the case here. Because I really don't have it in me to do a Wi-Fi job on this thing. Actually, I don't even know if I have a chip for it, even if I wanted to do it. I might have a spare one. Maybe. Okay, well, let's go and do a function test. We have Nintendo. We have switch. We have home screen. We have sound. First things first, let's just check for internet. Searching for networks. There's mine. We have internet. Okay, and then we just go back to our controllers and sensors. Test input devices. Controller buttons. We go plus X, Y, B, A. Click in. Shoulder. Trigger. And then we go down, left, up, right. Screen capture. Minus. Click in. Shoulder. Trigger. We have a fully functional set of buttons. Touchscreen. Corner to corner. Top to bottom. Side to side. Do the wiggle test. We are good to go. I did need to go real quick and do calibrate control sticks. Just double check the Joy-Cons. I think that was his original problem, was he was replacing the Joy-Cons on this and somehow damaged the game card reader. Okay, that is calibrated. We're good to go. Oh, one more thing. Even though I did verify this before, let's do it one more time. Just check out the SD card. It's the last little bit that I can think of. And we have a working SD card. Fan is functional. Okay. And then real quick, we're just going to check the audio, because I learned my lesson from Steven that one time. Just make sure that it recognizes headphones get plugged in. It did. Okay. For a second, after I forgot it. God dang. Oops. Okay. Well, we'll fix that. That's why you need to have everything screwed on down. Anyways, that's not a huge deal. I'll get that reattached in a second. We're going to power the system down and get her buttoned up. Wow. Great repair. Great repair. Kind of hairy, which kind of makes them kind of fun, but I was literally sweating. But, that's an easy repair. I can get that done for you, no problem. And then I fucking just absolutely just caused a fully functional system to not boot for a good 10 minutes, and I had to take my robe off because I was sweating so hard that I did something bad. Which, to be fair, didn't really seem to make sense to me that I could do something bad, but, it is what it is. Okay, so this is the fun part now. Might have to do this under the microscope, but maybe I can get this without doing that. So really, after all this, don't want to take the game card reader out again. Now let's grab a pair of tweezers here real fast, and that should close that up, put you into place. Alright, so now just double, triple check everything. You're all in place over there. gearing placed right there. Okay, screwed in. Got all my... So that I think is the silver screw. So he did send me a whole bunch of screws here. Alright, so these game card readers are non-functional. But he's going to get them back because I don't need them. Now, let's grab his heat shield here. We'll clean that thermal off for him. Grab this guy as well. Clean and add in some new thermals for him. Alrighty. All the screws are on the bottom there. So I'm just gonna, whack into my microphone and make a whole lot of noise. Okay. Do that. Grab my scissors. Kick over my alcohol. Alright. Got all the screws right there. Just gonna do that. That becomes trash. Okay. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Alright, so now. Vi has some work to do. Gotta reinforce this audio jack up here. Okay. Got that good. So now we got 3 for that. That should be everything. If I need to pull some of my own screws out, I will. Pretty sure this is the silver guy as well. And then I think that's right. I think I have everything I need. I think he was really good with his fasteners and kept everything into place. Okay, so now I need to go clean this. Oh, did I just see a screw fall off? Nah. Thought I did. Did not. Okay, so. Well, he bent his. Oh, I did have a screw. Alright, that's not a big deal. He bent his heat pipe a little bit. Probably when he was pulling the thing off the system. So we're just going to go ahead and... I don't know what thermal paste he used. Probably is okay to mix it, but I like to just clean. And then we'll grab some freshy thermal paste here. Give you a nice line of it. Okay. Alrighty. And I use MX4 from Arctic. It's performed quite well since I made the switch from Corsair. Was it Corsair? It wasn't Corsair. It was Noctua, I think, was the last brand that I was using. And that stuff was fine too. I mean, most consumer grade thermal paste is going to do the job. You know, we're not doing anything crazy with these devices, so we don't need high-end enthusiast thermal paste to make it run proper. Actually, I did watch a build the other day of some guy who permanently overclocked his switch, and he used some pretty heavy-duty thermal compound On top of which, installing a fan into his dock, which I thought was pretty cool. And I found out that the fan, after the thermal paste upgrade, was kind of not needed. Help lower it by like another degree or two, but for the most part, it was kind of pointless. But he used a lot of this thermal compound. It was pretty neat. He'd cake the inside of the heat pipe pretty much. And you went a little overboard, but I get it, because he was, apparently the Tegras come underclocked and overclock as they see fit. So you could change that. We'll give him a little bit on top here. This is one of those debatable do you need to do it things, and I do it just because a little extra protection is never a bad thing. And before I do this, well, there was one thing I kind of noticed up here. He got a little bit of thermal compound on this. Just pull that off for him. Sure, I'm not trapping any. That's interesting. Is that thermal paste? He's got some sort of crap on the inside of this. Let's see if I can get that off for him. I don't know what it is, though. Where'd it go? It's right here? Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. But it is not scrubbing off with alcohol, so we're just going to leave it be. Alright, double, triple check so I don't have to do this again. Screws, we got Wi-Fi antennas, daughterboard connector, Joy-Con, speakers hooked up, SD card is in the slot, fans hooked up, heat pipe is down, screwed down, right Joy-Con, right speaker, power flex, backlight. I think that's everything I have to do, and now it's all that's left is getting you put on. So we've got just 3 more silver screws and then 1 brass. Okay, now for the fun part. Drop some bubble wrap on my cat. And we gotta make sure these buttons are in the right spot here. Okay, got that. I'm gonna squish it down real quick. Yeah, a little power flex membrane can be kind of a pain in the butt. Now there's I guess it's sticker residue. Let's see if I can clean that up for him. There's a whole lot of residue on the back of this that I didn't really pay attention to before. Inside's fine. I wonder if it suffered from a little liquid damage, because I swore that indicator looked a little pink to me. Sometimes though, alcohol can, because alcohol's got just my alcohol especially has a small amount of water in it, like very small amount, but there is still water in it. It can kind of trip it. Come on now. Don't be a pain. we are clipped into place. And I think the gap is just from him prying that open from before. That's fine. It's pretty normal. So we're gonna, I think we're gonna do the tri-wings first. I think it's better that way. Kind of squeezes everything together in a more uniform pattern. Which I don't think it really, in the end, matters all that much how you do it. I am short a long black screw, it seems like. I might be short a small black screw as well, which is, honestly, I actually have some spares right next to me. I'll take a look on the that post is stripped. But yeah, it does not look like he has all the screws, because I think there's 2 up top as well. Yeah, so I am short 3 screws. No biggie. I actually have a set right here, and I actually just recently organized my entire part stash, and I have like baggies of these screws. Oh, actually, no, I don't. These are just, they're not the right ones right there. I'm gonna have to go find those now. I have to dump these in there as well. Okay. Yeah, so we are definitely short some screws. It's looking. Look at the baggie, but I was pretty damn confident in my wrangling ability there. Yeah, they're definitely not in there. Not a huge deal. The big deal is remembering what the heck I did with them. Around here somewhere, I just gotta figure out what bag I shoved them in. Might have actually just left them out on their own, but pretty confident. Okay. Oh boy. I mean, at the end of the day, if I can't find him, I can't find him. He's just gonna have to source his own screws, but fairly confident they're around here somewhere. Just don't want to spend 8 hours on stream looking for screws. I might end up just doing that later and putting the final couple in myself. They're around here somewhere, I just don't know where. I have too many spare parts these days. Which I guess isn't a bad thing. Oh, here we go. Maybe there's some in here. I think I possibly, potentially found some usable ones. I'm a little sad because I have big bags. Screws somewhere. Oh, they're right here. Right here. Oh, I'm an idiot. Well, whatever. I mean, you heard it here, folks. Name of the channel is An Idiot Repairs. I am an idiot. But I do occasionally have some moments of brilliance, you know? It's not all too bad. I might actually not have any case screws in this one either. These all look to be... Oh, that's this might not work. We'll try it. It's a little shorter for the OGs than it is the lights, but it went in just fine for me, so we will call that good. Now this guy right here definitely felt a little stripped. Ah, crap. This is what I get for not putting my tools away. Where did that bit go now? Now I'm missing my Phillips bit, which is sad because I need that. Okay. No, don't do this to me. I need that bit. Shit, what did I do with you? Not under the... Not there. Huh. How do I manage to lose stuff right in front of my face? Did it hit the ground? I wasn't paying attention? Wow. I certainly just screwed myself, that's for damn sure. I am officially missing my Phillips head bit that I need pretty desperately right now. Not the end of the world, but it does make me sad that I'm losing this. I shouldn't be. Oh, it's right there. Thought that was the case. Okay, so these sons of bitches are like not magnetic at all. And so I always do them over soft surfaces, on top of which I kind of throw them in the hole first. And I treat them with kid gloves because plastic screw bosses are the worst. You don't want to over tighten these because you will crack that plastic. Thankfully, his feels pretty good. So, I'm not that worried about it. Thought that was cracked, but it's not. Just a little bit of schmutz. This guy? Or is that a tri-wing? That's a tri-wing. The other two, wow, I've got... Those are... Let's just grab from here. Oh, look at that. I'm an idiot. No, it fell out. That's probably, yeah, so we'll try again, but this guy is stripped. Unfortunately stripped. Yeah, completely stripped, actually. There's literally nothing for it to grab onto, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to fix that for you, bud, but we should be able to get the last top screw in for you. And the good thing is at least the this is going to be fun. I might have to further organize these black screws out into tri-wings versus PH, but that's not gonna fit. Where are you? Yeah, like these guys at the bottom. Really what I want. Now, you know what? I'm just gonna do this the easy way. I think this guy right there is what I need. No, it's too wide. Is it? Feels like a... That one's actually a Joy-Con. No, that's not Joy-Con. Should be good with this one. Or not. Too wide? That's one right there. This guy right here, because he's not magnetic, so I know for a fact that you're going to work. That is definitely the right one. You are good to go. We're going to run you through one final test for sanity's sake. Okay, I need to leave one of those out for you because that's yours. I'm not going to take anything that's not mine. We're just going to further do a quick little organization here while we've got these out. It is kind of the nice thing about no fixes is you do end up with a really good, reliable section of available parts. With these fasteners being no exception, because I can't tell you how many of these have literally hit the floor on me because I wasn't paying attention or stuck to my hand or something like that. So okay. that last little screw is his. Might get away with some blue Loctite on it. I doubt it. I probably wouldn't trust it, but it might work. Again, it's a purely cosmetic issue, so if he chooses to repair it or not, it will make zero difference in terms of overall operation. So let's see what we got going on here, shall we? Put my tools away while I can. Okay, we're going to hit the power button. Nintendo logo. Switch logo. We are at home screen. We have volume and touch. Okay. That's good. Good enough for me. Connected to Wi-Fi. And then the last little check real quick, just to make sure that the original problem that it came to me for is now solved. It is. And volume up and volume down. Those are both functional. Those last two that I had to really test. And we'll power you off. That is a repaired switch light. We'll do him a favor here. I'll just go ahead and just while I have the good alcohol, get some of this up for him. I don't know what this was, but sticker residue probably is my guess. I'm just super, well, maybe anal is a good word, I don't know. I'm here. Might as well try to clean it for him. Yeah, it's gonna need some work. I'm gonna Q-tips aren't really the answer for this one. Let's grab some actual paper here. And probably a toothbrush to loosen everything. Okay, and I can see how my cat has decided she's just gonna hang out next to me as much as she can. She's getting old, so I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I actually am gonna have to order another. Probably gonna order a gallon this time. My alcohol supplies are starting to run a little low. Okay. All right. Let's scrub it up a little bit more. There's still some very, very minor residue right here. Got to kind of loosen it up a little bit, and it should just scrub right off. Alright, I think that's as good maybe as I'm going to be able to get it. Alright. all this crap on the. I mean, that's just the nature of handheld, man. The gamer gunk is over 9,000 sometimes. Alright, well, that's all the sticker residue essentially gone. I'll let him tidy up the rest of his system on his own. Make sure I didn't leave the game in there. And just to verify, the SD card is in the slot there. And we are good to go. That is an executed repair. Took me start to finish 3 hours. It's a lot of time, but then again, I had to do a lot of troubleshooting to get it to fucking work, so there is that. Unfortunately, the game card readers he did send were no good. No good. But sometimes that's just the nature of the beast, you know? I don't know if you bought one of these as a spare online, if you pulled it from something, I don't really know. But I could not get it to function, so he gets a new one. And there's both game card readers and his screw. And you are put together and ready to go back to your owner. Hell yes. Good day, good day. Okay. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to work on this Atari Lynx. And I could put my robe back on because I'm not sweating anymore. Well, I am not able to find the RAM chips that just showed up for this, which I know I shoved with the rest of the stuff, but it's currently not with the rest of the stuff, so let's make sure it's not stuck to this board somehow. It's not. There it is. Must have just popped off the... Okay, so this chip, if you remember right, was bad. Now, God, this is a pain in the ass. I really hope I don't have to pull off this whole frickin' cartridge connector to do this. I don't even really know how necessary this shield is. Unfortunately, all the legs are blocked off by tape. Yeah. Might get away with it. Could try heating from the top. No matter what, I gotta pull this tape off though. Not a big deal. I got plenty of Captain. It's just, God. Okay. We might be able to reuse that. I doubt it, but. Okay, so. Alright, well. What we could do here is I could find my Captain tape. Captain, oh Captain, my Captain, where'd you go? It's around here somewhere. Là, she blows. Okay, so I gotta get some fresh brain juice. Let's see here. I have to try to tape this in a way that just keep it out of the way. For now. All right. Hopefully now, we don't need to be this zoomed in either. That's the RAM bank. Let's get this out the way. And then we're gonna just, I think we're gonna just try to basically try to wick this away. I think that's the way we're gonna go here. Just wick all this away. And that should be plenty of flux for what I need to do. I'm gonna have to swap tips here. This should be pretty cold. It is. This is the one nice thing about this iron. It's like once it goes to sleep, it never wakes back up again. You gotta turn it off and on. It's gotta be some sort of sensor that's wonky. I don't care with how fast it boots up. Okay. We are also soldering on a slightly lower temperature these days, so that's coming up pretty good, I would say. Might need come back through. This through-hole stuff never really ends up going perfectly the first time, but maybe just try a little bit of this, huh? That didn't work. That didn't work either. Why does this feel clogged? Might actually need to trim down the silicone on this thing a little bit. That's good. That went pretty well. That's pretty good. 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 That's going to need another touch, but I'll come back to that in a minute. Okay. Wondering if all that flux is just making things a little harder, but okay. Let's get cleaned out some, feels like. Might be a little clog. Yeah, it feels a little clogged with flux. Hold on a minute, pull that off. Okay, that's better, maybe. I didn't think this job was going to be this much of a pain in the ass. Well, I mean, I kind of knew it was going to be somewhat of a pain in the ass, but this is a major pain in the ass, really. Might need to braid that one. Let's try that real quick. Sometimes these ground planes are a little, assuming these are grounds, sometimes they're a little thicker. Yeah, it's not wanting to cooperate. Let's just go ahead and do it the easy way, which is put a little bit of fresh solder in there. Just like so. You can see how it's kind of blobbed at the top there, so it's haven't little trouble mixing. Now, if I tap this, we're going to get same result, huh? You just want to be a pain in my butt, don't you? I'll come back to that one. Try not to stress things out as much as I can. Alright, well, let's do the top row here. And then if I have to heat from the bottom and just let it fall out, so be it, but neat. Are you guys really all gonna be this much of a pain in my ass, huh? Fucking unleaded solder sucks so bad. There we go, that one came in okay. Still a little bit of solder in there, I can see it, but for the most part, we're looking good. Okay. Okay. That's coming along pretty good, minus these end ones. That one's not aground on the far end, though. I can see where it's going to in terms of the via. Okay. It's coming up okay. Let's clear some of that flux out. That one did not check very well. There we go. You want to hear a good pop. Nope. Nope. Getting a little fluxy. Try one more time here. That's probably going to need a little bit more work on that as well. Actually, I don't know if these are part of the... They probably are. Just ground. There we go. That one cleaned up a lot better than this one below it. Might be okay. So we give them everything a little wiggle test, right? Because free leg should wiggle. See, that's not wiggling. That's not wiggling. That's not wiggling. So none of these are. That one is. That's not. That is. That is. So. Now the question is, do I heat from the top or the bottom? I'm wondering, I think maybe I just heat from... A little worried about... I'm gonna try this. Oops, wrong button. Hopefully that copper will... Okay, now we're gonna use the reel. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really too happy there, so I'm assuming that if I attempt to pull on anything here, it's not going to pop out on me. Okay. So we definitely have some stuck solder in these holes. Like this one right here is 100%. I could see all that solder. And like, yeah, it just... None of them are completely free. So I could try from this side. It's a little bit more risky. But yeah, I could still see. I'm really worried about this popcorn. I don't like what it just did there. Oh, it is popcorning. Yeah. It's hard to show you, but yeah, I mean, we're still okay, but I can't, yeah, it's not happy with me doing that, so that's a no-go. That is a no-go. Too much heat. Well, yeah, this is a tough call, because things like that just don't want to clear out for me. Yeah, it's not meant for the heat that I was putting onto it. And I could try. Well, I mean, that's what I have. I guess we'll wait the 8 hours for this to heat up. See, it's just one tiny little bit of solder will ruin your day. Just don't want to do that. And on the other side, you can see. Well, we could try that too. I mean, can't really hurt. I grab some fresh flux here and just dap up some of these legs just to do as an experiment. I grab this and just see if I can't. Yeah, see, like it just doesn't want to get all of it, but it's close. scrub, but you can see like how all those are really clear up top. But they're just not wanting to free up down here. This is kind of what I was expecting to happen. It's just such a, God, it is like in such an awkward location. Normally I would just use hot air, but the popcorning of the board is really scared the crap out of me. I've actually never done that before. I'm hoping we're okay. And that's just like solder mask kind of derping through. But like, I think okay, so we got in continuity mode, so this guy should go to this one? We might have just completely borked this, unfortunately. You have no idea. Where these are going. That's connected still. I'm guessing? I might have just completely broke this board. Huh. I mean, it was non-functional to begin with, but not too certain. But up top, we've got like, that's obviously ground. That's still connected, it's gotta be, right? Yeah, that's still connected. What does this go to this guy? That guy. This guy probably goes up to like here. Alright, so I don't know. We'll pull the chip, take another look at it. Hopefully pull the chip, because this thing is just not wanting to cooperate with me at all. So we will break out the big tools here. And it is completely clogged, as is tradition. This thing has been more of a pain in the ass than any other tool I own. I still have yet to go out and buy one of those freaking welding tip cleaners that I think you kind of really need to have the, you know, it sounds like it's sucking just fine, so alright, let's try it on again here. It's sort of working, sort of not. There we go. Maybe. Fortunately, it's so cramped right now, I can't tell. This is not really going as smoothly as I was hoping it would. These things just always want to fight me, and the desoldering tip. Through hole is usually not as bad, but right now it is not too happy. And I lost my tweezers, so... Oh, I always do this to myself. Always do this to myself. What the hell did I do with my tools? And here, we'll just use this for now. It's somewhere. Of course you're full cat hair, right? Of course you are. I gotta be careful that I'm not. Alright, that's free. Alright, well, I guess we'll just kind of keep going here. Now, the issue that I'm going to have is... Can't really see what I'm doing. Still not working. See, it's like there's not enough of the leg. Poking up for me. And so, like, there we go, that's free. Nope. Okay. Maybe. Next one. Okay, that one went okay. Oh, that's a slow going, eh? There we go. Sometimes if it's just a little tiny bit, you can just kind of break the bond, because solder's pretty weak. Nah, it didn't come all the way out, but maybe we get lucky. Nope, that needs another go. Okay, I think that did it. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna probably switch to my Pokey Jimmy if I can find it now. There she is. Oh, there's my curved tweezers, actually. That should... It's wiggling. Where's that one's not? Okay. I think that did that. Maybe. Nope. That one's definitely good. Cool thing is I actually don't care if I break the pins on these. This module is dead anyhow, so... No. Maybe. Getting there. It's taking a sweet time, but That one does not. Wait. I just saw it move. Okay. That one's wiggling. Okay, so could be. No, it's not. In fact, it's actually gotten a little worse. And so you can see I'm starting to fucking muck up the. Boy, it's just not. I don't know. I just don't trust this thing. Yeah, I really just don't think that this is actually unclogged. It feels super clogged in there. Of course, I burned myself. Alright, that sounds better. Let's try it again here. That's not working. It's the second time in a row I burned myself in pretty much the same spot. Still no wiggle. That's fine. Sort of fine. Nothing. Fine. Nope. And nope. So I don't really know what I can do here. We're almost there. These just do not want to come up. Maybe clean this out some. The tube itself is clear. Okay. So I just lose it. Okay, so that should be okay. Unless I've got to clear this out, which I might, but... Dooby-dooby-doo. Could maybe... It does feel like it's a little clogged in there for some reason, but... I just don't know why the last little bit of this does not want to free your mind. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's... Oh, fuck this, dude. So, I just soldered the wrong row of pins. Yeah. Well, look at that. Look at that. The frickin'... Huh. Well, that's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, well, you know, I had some fun with this. I really did. I got that Nintendo Switch Lite fixed up for the homeboy on Reddit. I just realized that I'm going to have to do a lot more fucking work to this thing than I really want to do right now. I might even have to pull a cartridge slot to replace the RAM on this, because I cannot access the back pins. I misread what I was supposed to be doing. I desoldered the wrong row of pins. So there's that. So hopefully, well, I mean, I got two replacement chips, so, you know, at the end of the day, I'll, if I broke the other chip for some stupid reason, I can just solder the other replacement I got. Retro 6 sells them in packs of 2, which is nice. So, I do have a spare, but I really just don't feel like delving that far today. We'll just save this for another time. This is more of a kind of a fun project type of thing. I'd like to get it working again, but again, it's really no big deal if I do or don't. It's a lot of work that I honestly 100% don't feel like doing right now. It's just not something that looks like enjoyable. So I just want to call it a day. I want to go play some Zelda. I am going to enjoy the rest of my afternoon. I will be back next weekend. Lord knows what I'll be working on. Maybe I'll save this for Saturday. Maybe I don't fucking know. I don't know. But, you know, I'm here every Saturday and Sunday. I do appreciate you if you stop by, left a comment. If you're watching in the future, like, subscribes, all that crap. I do appreciate you. Stream every weekend, hopefully. Most weekends, I should say. Saturday and Sunday from 11 to noon Central to whenever I feel like stopping. In the case of today, it is now. I'm going to enjoy my afternoon. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. And if you come back next week, I will look forward to seeing you there. If not, no big deal. Okay. Well, you guys have a good one. Just like